motivated every gangster in the apartment. Got a special guest right here, my boy OG Mall.
Already.
What you go by?
I told Lamar, Bompton, California.
Bumped you hear me? OG Piru and them motherfucker, man. Yeah, man, how you liking in Dallas, man? You good?
I'm good.
Good hospitality?
Good hospitality, trees, and strip clubs.
Yeah, Lord, though, man. So if I come to Cali, I'm gonna have to check in with you, huh?
You better.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm good to have you down here. Down here, I'm gonna show the fam. Yeah, Lord.
Anytime you come to Compton, just holler. We got you.
OG Mark, what you say? Ah!
That's it.
Yes, man. Yeah, man. I'm good to have you on the show, though, man.
Yeah.
Cheesy B, man.
Yeah.
I just be kicking it for the youth and trying to give back.
All right. Yeah.
Knowledge.
That's what we have to do. If we still been here, we're supposed to try to replace something that we took away.
So, for them ones that don't know, the new generation, Piru is not blood, though, is it?
No. It's Bloods rule the streets, LA. Power rules the world. 10 square miles. We got power rules in damn near every city in LA, almost every state in the United States, and 4 foreign countries. I just got some power rules out of the Philippines.
Yeah.
So we in Compton, we don't have any Bloods in Compton. It's all power rules and Crips.
So why do some Pirus affiliate themselves with Bloods?
It's just the name Blood. The term came up. They started calling Pirus roosters.
Mm-hmm.
And roosters was red, so they assimilated the color. And we've always aligned with Bloods. So the common word, is like, what's up, blood? It's like they say, what's up, cuz? So Pirus align themselves, but it's from the famous words of Yosemite Sam, Whack 100, on Piru. You understand me? Blood say on blood. That's on blood.
Okay.
Pirus is a difference.
How long you been in the generation of Piru?
I was born in Compton.
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street. We ran Freddy Krueger out there. So we're the first generation. Piru Street is a street in Compton that had a lot of different. Every family had 5 or 6 boys on the street.
Yeah.
So the original Pirus was the Bourne family, the Nelson family, and so it was just a clique. And they all started off as bank robbers. And they used to rob banks in the 60s, and it was called the Piru Boys. Mickey Bourne, Lonnie Hall, Clarence Grandy, and Victor Murphy.
Yeah.
So then the new generation to combat Crips, they came to Compton, thought that they were going to take over, and 7 young brothers off of Piru Street pushed up and pushed back. Yeah, so one street started a contamination of a whole world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the game, I think he called himself a Blood and a Piru. The game.
Game is his brother George. Face 100 is from Cedar Block.
Mm-hmm.
And so when initially he came to be a Cedar Block, and when he got on with the situation was that Dr. Dre had a situation with Suge in Death Row. So to slap Suge in the face, he put Game on and swooped up the Pirus from Cedar Block, and everybody go with the winner. So it was a strategic move for Dre.
Okay. And do you ever see the game in Compton? Or the Kendrick Lamar's, or they far out the hood now?
No, Kendrick used to live across the street from my mother on Elm Street before he moved to 137. Kendrick, he just did a concert, had all the homies in the concert. he's grounded. You know, he ain't a gang member, but he's affiliated, and he knows everybody in the hood.
He connected with his neighborhood.
Yeah. So,
But you never see the game in Compton.
not no more after a situation happened, and he don't come. He did what he could for Cedar Block, and they did some weird shit. And he just don't fuck with him no more.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know, sometimes success can't too much deal with failure, or you become a failure yourself.
Yeah.
That's sure. He doing the AMs and PMs, fucking with losers.
Was you around for that death row movement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the day that Suge ran over Terry. I was there that day.
That RP Terry, man, they messed up, but
You know, he was trying to help Suge. It was an accident. Some stuff, you know, really went down, and it was unfortunate. But white America got thumbs down on Suge. You know, so I was in Vegas when Pac got shot. I was in Hollywood when Biggie got killed.
where you was when the riots was going on?
Which one? I was there for both of them.
Yeah.
The 1965 riots.
And Rodney King.
Rodney King.
The latest one, the Rodney King.
Yeah, I just got out of prison.
Can you take us there, man? From your point of, I mean, your
It ain't no point of view, perspective.
perspective. I mean, what you witnessed with your eyes. You know, everybody got their own story.
Thing that happened to Black America.
Mm-hmm.
I was burning your home community.
Because it was because of some stuff that happened in Pasadena with white police against a black man, and they got a verdict. And you burn up your own community. You didn't burn up Pasadena. You didn't burn up Beverly Hills. And the next week, you had to get food stamps because you had burned up the stores that you went to get your shit from. So what good did it do us? So everybody profited off the 92 riots, but blacks. We still got vacant buildings in Los Angeles and on the west side that they tore down that white folks never replaced. But the Koreans that had, we have swap meets, that they went in their swap meets and stuff. So Koreans was coming to Compton in buses, getting FEMA money, and they took $150,000 to Valencia and bought them houses. So you had to come in and you may get $1,500. You say your car or your store got burned down. But Koreans was bringing in buses of Koreans, and one lawyer was speaking. Well, they can't speak the language. Well, niggas can't speak the law language either. So you need an interpreter, huh?
That's real, man.
So we always get slighted, but we deal with it. Oh, it's all right. It's just what they do. No, hell no. That's what you let them do.
We quick to kick it off.
So the riots didn't mean anything. It was no profit for blacks. The same thing we was talking about George Floyd. Everybody got a law behind George. Homosexuals got their gay rights. You can't beat up gays. The Koreans, the Japanese, now it's bashing. They made laws for him. But where's the law for stop killing blacks? So we got a couple of signs of George Floyd. He wasn't for Compton, so what it got to do with me? But what did it change for black people in America? Not a damn thing. They still killing blacks. Y'all stated, you talk about, Charleston White talk about cripping and gang banging. Y'all, I'm not saying y'all personally, but y'all in Texas, from 1973 to 2016, it's been over 2,700 murders of blacks by whites been unsolved. And ain't a nigga did nothing about it. All these dudes in the penitentiary, I was in Huntsville, I was in Harris County Jail. I seen blacks move on each other, but they won't do nothing to a peckerwood. They won't do nothing to him. You dig what I'm saying? All of this stuff, when gangbanging come in, y'all was servitude to whites and Mexicans. MS-13, they was the first ones out here slinging dope to blacks. And when the Hoovers came in here and started giving dope directly, Y'all stop being servitude to white boys. Ain't nobody ever got it. The Proud Boys here, the Ku Klux Klan. Jasper, Texas, they drag the nigga.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got problems going on, but we will kill a cracker in California.
Yeah, it wasn't no riots over the
Huh?
dragon,
Huh?
Jasper, Texas.
What
You
happened?
know, you right. Like they drug old boy in Jasper. It
Yeah.
wasn't no riots, no nothing in
Oh,
Texas.
no. But let me come through here. Charlie gonna talk crazy. You California niggas, this and this and that. You wouldn't be who you were. You learned about cripping on a book, Monster Cody. And now you criticize. I'm not saying that gang banging is anything positive. It was the worst thing happened to the black community. But just when we get through killing each other and we find out who the real enemy is, we didn't have good target practice. It's gonna be a time that a motherfucker's gonna turn on this cracker that's doing this shit. You know, I don't advocate murder like that, you know, but even spiritually and mentally, we gotta change. We with everything against each other have no compassion, but anybody else you'll do everything for. I mean, we gotta help them. In Cinco de Mayo, when they have their celebration, they don't invite you. And when you come around, they'll start speaking Spanish so you won't know what they're talking about. When Chinese have Chinese New Year, but then when you have your Black History Month, you niggas invite everybody. Oh, they all right. They say, oh, he's white, but he's my mother-in-law's sister's brother's cousin's friend. Fuck him.
Real talk. He say fuck you.
And his friend.
Real talk. Well, another thing, when you was growing up, was Black Panther a big thing in your community?
Black Panthers had their turn. I mean, after integration and We Shall Overcome, the Black Panther movement came in and they were good for a time and they got infiltrated by white America. You understand me? It's called COINTELPRO. And Huey got sidetracked by a white woman, Jane Fonda, says in Islam, when nothing else works, the devil sends a woman. His last hope, huh? When you can't go through anything else and you didn't conquer everything, he sent a bitch. And you lose your religion, you lose your money, you lose your masculinity for that white woman.
That white woman.
Huh?
That white devil.
Was you around in L.A. in the '80s when the crack first hit L.A.? And I think Reagan had to send the National Guards to try to control the streets, didn't he? It had got so bad.
No, they sent crack cocaine in to destroy the streets. 1976 bicentennial year, blacks was doing marvelous. Everybody was up. They was selling PCP. We was making $80,000 a day. I was telling brother earlier, in 1978, I spent $1.5 million in 9 months. Small faces. I bought a boat and don't even know how to swim. By 1980, I was broken in prison.
Oh, man.
So, Operation Weed and Seed, after COINTELPRO, blacks was rich. I was just, it was this one dude in LA calling the boss. The boss used to sell heroin. He was a big dude. He was the only black in LA that had race horses, that he was in races with professional racers. He had a big old building on Crenshaw. He had a bank building, City Bank. He leased his building out. And he had a car wash on Crenshaw in Florence. The boss was the man.
Yeah.
Everybody, he had a house in San Dimas, a big old ranch with all these horses. A black man in the 70s like this, right? Rich, I mean rich. And I came home in 90. And I was going down the street, going down Main Street. And I seen this dude had a shopping cart with a refrigerator on it. And dude was pushing it, he was a bum. And when I passed in the car and I stopped at the railroad track and I looked at him and I'm like, damn, this dude looked familiar. And I kept on going, got to the past, man. We was talking, I said, man, yo, where the boss at? What's I doing? I said, man, I seen a dude, man. He said, man, that is the boss. Crack cocaine took his
Dang.
life.
Dang.
Crack is the biggest epidemic. It's worse than the lotus in the Bible. It was a contamination with weed, with heroin. It kept Negroes with hustles. PCP, they said niggas had superhuman strength. Can't tie them down. They getting butt naked running down the street. Crack cocaine have them sitting in one space, taking their heart. Now they stealing your mother's water hose, bringing it back, selling it to you.
Appreciate stealing your mama's water hose.
And then
You
selling
ain't
it back to you.
I know one. Well, you got one just like that down the street. You ain't lying.
So crack cocaine was an epidemic that white America put in the black community. Now you got fentanyl. Now it's such a it's when white folks do it, it's an epidemic. We got to stop this. But 20 years of crack destroyed all our black men.
Destroyed.
And you got babies right around here. You gonna come after 20 years on crack, gonna tell your kid at 16 what to do. Nigga, if you don't go sit down somewhere. This is why gang members are so emotional. Nigga grew up 20 years with their mama, acting like a bitch. I got two of my older sons, my three older sons. If it had been with me, because of me, they would have been sitting, I was in prison when they was growing up. They go to the bathroom and see their mama sitting down to pee, they gonna sit down and pee too. Lucky they don't. But it was not no, they didn't see a man. You feel what I'm saying?
They want a man in the household.
Around, the only thing they can see is another nigga lying to them about some stuff. Now they mom, your daddy ain't shit. You ain't got no daddy. Your daddy's the county. These are things black women say to emasculate black men. And your kids hear it. I hate my daddy. What about your crackhead mama? But they'll get money and they'll go get their mama. Get her out the street. She ain't fed them in 30 days when they was kids. But they come back and just that mother's love.
Yeah, that's the human nature, man. You love your mama.
Fuck your daddy. And your daddy didn't leave because he didn't like you. He didn't like your nappy-head mama.
The shit your mama was doing.
Yeah, that's the boy. When you find out what kind of bitch your mama was, nigga, well, you'll probably want to shoot her too. You feel what I'm saying? So we have misjudged, and we get old niggas like me. We want to be young. Man, yeah, I knew your homeboy. I knew this and this and that. But we easily tell a youngster what to do wrong, but you ain't gonna tell them nothing right. As long as they buying weed from you, buying lean from you, and them the young homies. Why don't you talk to them? Oh, man, I can't say none of them young niggas.
Can't say it.
What you doing with them? I ain't scared of no kid. Period. I give a fuck. All you gotta do is kill me. I ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I may scare. Anything I'm scared of is not a child. Not a black child. And you whoop me, you just beat the old man up. But just think when I beat your ass. The whole 72-year-old nigga beat
You let that old nigga whoop you. They gon'
You can put hands on you. Man, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, man.
Can you tell us about this right here?
Oh yeah, this is something that's dear to our hearts here. This was not dear to our hearts. I came here to Dallas, Texas to meet Charleston White. Charleston White said something about one of my homies in Compton, Bunch Real. He got into it with Bunch Real's brother.
Used to be
Mob James.
Yeah.
And Bunch Real was with Suge, and he got killed on some political shit. And Charleston said, fuck Bunch Real. You ain't never been to Compton. You don't know him. So he had a campaign out. He's talking about he was a killer and he killed a white man and he was involved in this and that. And we found out that he ratted on his crime partner. That he got, the dude is Antoine Doolittle. He was 15 years old in 1991. He took him and his Lil Twan and another brother. They took Charleston White. They went into a mall to steal some jackets. When they were coming out of the mall, one of the men in the malls was chasing, and they jumped in the car, and a white man by the name of Michael Levy came and jumped on the car and started breaking the window out with a tool and took the key out the car. But they couldn't get out. They got out the car, tried to make Antoine told, man, give us our key. We just want to leave. He told him he ain't giving wait for the police. They wouldn't got a gun. Antoine shot it and killed Michael Levy. They ran down. They arrested Charleston White. Charleston told on Michael Levy, told him where the gun was. He went to youth authority with a deal that he testify against Antoine. Antoine didn't know he went to trial. He didn't take a deal. Anyway, ain't nobody gonna tell on me. And Charleston White got on the stand on. And in 2003, Michael Levy's sister said she forgave Michael Levy and asked them to release him. Charleston White comes to the board every year and tells him that he's a danger to him and keeps him. His brother been down 42 years, 57 years.
He go every year?
Huh?
You say he go every year?
Every year they have a hearing, Charleston White goes and tell him he's in fear of his life. So we got a fund together, me and Melvin Farmer. Melvin got in contact with a lawyer in Texas and said he would take the case. The Negroes in Texas, these coons are scared of white folks. When he found out it was some political shit, he said he didn't want to do it. So I got some white folks now to deal with this. So for $75,000, they said we put up $25,000. So we're asking Dallas, Texas, help your homie.
Help your homie.
$1. If you send $1 piece, $ gangster legal. $1. We get the money. We can get the.
Hold it up a little straight so they can. There you go.
They just released the man in 1981. He shot President Ronald Reagan, a white boy, shot the president, and he's at home. They had him in an insane asylum for 5 years, and he'd been getting weekend visits to the house ever since. So if a white man do something, it's a black boy, 15 years old. Mine wasn't right when he was living up under stress. People didn't have any money. People didn't have anything. He had to go steal us. At least he didn't burglarize nobody's house. He went to the mall to get a new jacket. And Superman tried to stop him. He had to mind his business. So I'm just saying, whatever this dude did, he done did 42 years. So anybody that needs any help, we're legal consultants. Get with us. We're California, we legal eagles. We've been in prison so long, we know how to get out. So I don't deal with rapists, I don't deal with child molesters. But anybody else got a crime and needs some advice, we got you.
Where can we find you at?
In the street, I'm on Rosecrans Central, nigga, just out.
In the kitchen.
Because they gonna tell on me, there he is over there. Negroes do.
I'm talking about your social media.
The email address.
My email address is noiprotection@gmail. And I got a podcast, it's Ayatollah Lamar TV. But I don't have any contents on it. I'm too busy keeping the crime rate up.
That's finna change. That's finna change.
Huh?
I say that's gonna change, man.
No, we're gonna keep the crime rate up.
No, I'm talking about that content. I know you're gonna work that page.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the crime rate. We're gonna go political. We're gonna do just like the senators and the judges. Yeah, we're gonna keep the crime. We're getting ready to close the wealth gap, you know. I got a virtual cannabis business called Pottsgrove Farms, and it's called Follow Me for Equity. And anybody that goes on my page and goes on my website, they get $150 of stock in my company. And if you follow me for 1 year, you'll make $180,000 worth of stock in my company. And
follow you right now.
Then follow me. Last year, the cannabis business made $167 billion.
That they know of.
The cannabis business legally made the statistics say they made $167 billion. It's estimated by 2025 the cannabis industry will make $960 billion. Pottsgrove Farms, and with the process of that I'm doing with Pottsgrove Farms, in 2025, if we don't make, when we don't make, I don't deal with ifs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen.
Okay.
When it happens,
Speaking to existence.
if we don't make but 1% of $960 billion, that's $96 million. And I've been in the streets most of my life. So if I can't make 1% of something, I need to get a job. Huh? So if we make $96 billion with 1%, just think of what we'll make in 3%. Everybody that have followed me to 2025, if I get it, when I get $96 million, each of my people will get $22,500,000. And you ain't got to put a dime in. So, 2025 is less than 2 years away.
Man, folks following you, man. What's your number, man?
Man,
I'm tapping in right now.
Tap right
I'm
on
tapping
in.
in now,
310-291-7356.
Okay.
Black Unicorn Factory.
OG Moore, man.
That's right. Putting it down. We get ready to do gangstering and taking it to another whole nother level. You understand me? They say bloods rule the streets of LA, Pirus the world. The algebraic term, 10 times the amount. We pushing it.
That's what that is.
Yes, Lord, the fam, OG Moore when it gets live.
That's out of here.